Hello everybody, so it's been a while since my last video. I know a while covers several months, but I just wanted to make this video to give you another update, I guess. So in my last video I explained that I had lost my brother and that I was in a very sort of dark place. I'd had to quit my job due to depression and anxiety, and all in all I just wasn't really in a good place at all. So I'm not in a good place, but I am in a better place now. I mean, my brother's loss is always going to be something that lives with me, but I'm not letting it, well, I don't want to let it define me, and so I've been trying to sort of expand my horizons, and I wanted to share a bit of that with you guys. So one of the things that has helped me to be able to smile convincingly is crochet, and I started that back at the end of April, start of May, and I just thrown myself into it completely, and honestly it has been the best possible therapy like you could imagine. I've had so much fun with it, it's so relaxing, and it's so great to just stop my mind from sort of wandering to the sort of dark places that it used to go. And of course I'm going to show you a few of the things I've made with crochet. So this blanket I started right back when I first started crochet, then I put it away for a few months because I was working on a project, and I finished it the other day, and it's nice and big and it's so warm and fluffy. Like, I'm going to try and show you guys how thick it is, but it's honestly, it's so soft, you cannot imagine. And just knowing that I made it with my own hands, and when I use it, it's like I did this, and it's such a great sense of accomplishment, which I don't get as often these days because I don't work anymore. So one of the things I used to like about working, because I did used to like working, I used to like seeing something that I'd done and knowing I did that. It was a very rewarding feeling to know that I'd accomplished something. I really loved seeing what I'd done, essentially, and that's what crochet gives me. I can constantly see progress in what I'm doing. So I finished this the other day. It's a matching scarf and hat set. So this is the hat. I'll pop it on for you guys, just to let you know I look awful in hats, so I apologise, but yeah. And then he's got a matching scarf, so let's quickly wrap that around. But yeah, so I finished this one, which I'm hoping to try and sell, although I'm not entirely sure when. I've also finished, sorry if you're bored by crochet, you can skip for a few seconds. So I finished this shawl, which is like a lovely sort of green colour, and again I'm hoping to sell this one. It's a very high quality one. It uses 100% Peruvian wool. It feels like, when you feel it, you can feel the quality of this one. And finally, this is just, I say finally, this is finally the stuff that I've got here. I've got so much crochet stuff in general. I did a craft fair very recently, so I'll pop a picture in a moment. I'll talk about that more in a moment. But yeah, this is my my shawl, and look at the purple on that, guys. It's so nice. So yeah, as you can see, I'm very passionate about crochet, and it's really good to have something that I am passionate about, because like I said, I hadn't had that for a while. I hadn't felt that sense of wanting to live each day, you know, having something to live for. Whereas crochet, it's really sort of given me a new lease of life. So yes, I did a craft fair back in November now, end of November. It was November 23rd. So I'll pop a picture in of the stuff I made for that. But yeah, it was really, really good. Like, I didn't sell like crazy amounts or anything, but I made a small amount of profit, taking into account the booth fee and the liability insurance for the year. But just seeing people come, look at my stuff, and actually buy my stuff that I had made with my hands, knowing, you know, I'd only, like I said, I only started at the start of May, and seeing what I've accomplished in such a short time, and seeing all that stuff on there, it really made me feel good about myself, which I really needed, because, you know, so much of our society is determined by how good you are at your job, what you do for a job. So me not working, I had quite a low sense of self-esteem, and going to that craft fair and seeing people admiring my stuff, it really gave me a much needed boost. And as you can see from the picture, there's also a sort of book side of that, so I'm going to talk a bit about that as well. So I started a very, very, very small business called My Marvellous Books, which is basically kind of like Blind Date with the Book style thing. So I hand wrap and include a handmade bookmark, custom book packages, so people can select a specific genre, or if they like, they can fill out a form talking about what kind of themes they like in their books, so like friendship, romance, happy ending, that kind of thing. And they can talk about the genres they like, they can talk about their favourite authors, and then based on what they fill out in the form, I will then select a book from sort of a large large catalogue of brand new books that I have. Like, I bought them kind of from a wholesaler, so I got them a bit cheaper so that I can sell them. But each book is still like, you know, a proper brand new book. And then I sell them with a handmade bookmark for $7.99 with free UK delivery. So I'll leave a link for my website down in the description. But yeah, having a, like, it's not super successful or anything, but again, it's nice. I like having a project that I can work on, something like that, and I really am passionate about the idea, so I'm hoping if I can grow it then it could really evolve into something, because I think it's such a great idea, and I really like making handmade bookmarks, and I think it's just a nice touch, you know, you can, a good gift to someone else, a nice treat for yourself. I've also been working on my writing, which I'd kind of stopped for a long time because I just didn't have that drive. Whereas now that I'm not working anymore, it's allowed me more time to work on myself, and that introspection's been good for me. I've been able to move forward, and I know what I want to do with my life. I want to be a writer, so I'm much more determined now. So for a while I was working on the first book of a fantasy trilogy that I want to write, so I'm about a third of the way into that one, but I realised that like that fantasy trilogy is something I've had in mind for several years now, and I don't think I want it to be my debut book just because debut novels don't tend to do as well. And so what I'm doing now, I'm working on a different story, which is going to be kind of like a virtual reality based sort of action story. I'm really excited for that one, actually. I'll give you more details when it's written. But I'm really hoping that I can try and publish that in 2020. And on to what I would consider my biggest achievement, the thing I'm most proud of to show you guys, and that is this, A Journey Through Grief, a short poetry collection by Malika Jeddi. And it's very short, but it's a book, like an actual book that I'm holding in my hands, and I did this. So yeah, as I said, losing my brother was a big thing for me. It turned me upside down, but one of the things I sort of found useful for it, trying to understand all the complicated emotions that were happening to me, I started writing some poems. And a few weeks ago, a few weeks ago, came out mid-November, I think. So yeah, a few weeks ago, I decided to just put them all together and in the short poetry collection. So my brother was 23 when he died, so there's 23 poems in this book, one for each of his life. I thought that'd be a nice poetic touch. But yeah, writing it and seeing it published has been a really important step for closure for me, I feel. And to end this video, I'd like to read a poem from it. There's several different poems, but I'm going to go with one that I wrote a few months into the loss, because I think it really captures the feelings I was feeling at that time really well. It's probably my favourite poem in terms of that, and it's called Lost Heart. Have I always been this lost? Could it be that all this time I thought you were an anchor, but instead you were my map? The light that guided me through the uncertain passageways of life. The light that kept me from the dark recesses of my mind I now find myself wandering. A smile, a shout, a laugh. That takes me back. Back to our childhood when it was just the two of us and nothing else mattered. Now it is just me, and now nothing matters. Nothing at all. So I keep on wandering, following my shattered heart through the crevices and cliffs it leads me to, suffering cuts and bruises as I catch myself on each rocky crag. My pain has become my faithful companion, replacing you like a twisted imposter. We were one and the same, yet so very different. Our differences are what made us the same, for we both knew what it was to love one so very different. I wonder where my heart will take me, for it certainly is no longer my mind in control. My heart keeps searching for you, yet my mind knows that all I will find is a mound of earth, and a plaque which bears a name that no mound of earth has any right to touch. A name that now lives only in my heart, and my heart is lost. Yeah, sorry. So that one, was quite a powerful poem, I felt. There's a range of poems in this book. Some rhyme, some don't, some are shorter, some are longer, some are a bit sort of more positive, some are sort of very depressing, I guess, because that's how I was feeling at the time. But all of them are honest, all of them are how I was feeling at that point in time, and I feel they really capture the raw emotion of what it is like to lose someone you were so close to. And I think it's a good I think this will be really helpful for other people who are experiencing grief, because I've shared it with, I'm in a couple of support groups for people who've lost someone, and I sort of shared it with them, and they said that they really could relate to it and they could connect to it. And so I really like that I have this book that, you know, could help other people going through the same thing, or could let other people know how I was feeling or how people feel when they lose someone that close. And yeah, I mean, this is the last book I ever would have wanted to have published. You know, I always wanted to be an author, but I never wanted to be it this way. But I think Talal, who was my brother, I think Talal would have been proud of me. And I'm just really glad that I could do this to remember him by, because he was always so supportive of my writing. And yeah, I wish he would have been here to see me publish my first book. And I know it's just self-published, and you know, it's a small poetry book, but for me it really feels like an accomplishment and something I can do to remember him by. Sorry. But yeah, despite the tears, like I said, I am in a much better place than I was before, and I'm keeping moving forward. So I've made my sort of New Year's resolution in advance, and I want to try and make more YouTube videos, and I feel like actually I'm going to try and really stick to it this time, because I'm not fit for work, but I really want to try and get a steady stream of income. Otherwise I'm going to have to go back, even though I'm not ready to, and will be having daily panic attacks. So I really want to do that. I want to really work on my writing. I really want to publish that book I was telling you about in 2020. And again, it's going to be the same as last year, just try and keep working on myself, keep getting to a better place, maybe do a couple more craft fairs. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm sure many of you have stopped paying attention to the channel, seeing there's been no content for months, but I know there's a few of you who are like loyal and have stuck by me for pretty much since the beginning, and you know, reading your comments on my videos and stuff, it does mean a lot, and it does give me like a huge boost, thinking this person that I have never met before in my entire life, they're commenting on my videos, and they, you know, they like my videos, they care about me as a person, and that does mean a lot to me. So thank you, and I really hope I can produce some new content for you in the new year. Bye bye.